Now, more immediate goals on the horizon. April 23rd, you'll be going out to Barcelona with K Prosper to challenge for the European title against Sandor Martin. Just tell us how that opportunity came about, because we haven't seen K for a little while, and also he's been fighting retaining his English title. How did he get the opportunity to jump up for the European?
Yeah, I mean, he defended his title on March 7th last year. And we've been waiting forever to try and get the British title shot. But every time these two guys, and it's Akeem Brown, I can't remember the name of the other guy, every time the fight's supposed to happen, it gets delayed for some reason or someone gets injured. And we're supposed to be next in line. You know, Kay's 36. You know, can't wait around forever. So we were all getting frustrated. I was talking to Kay all the time while I was out in Portugal. And I think he came out twice actually to train with me out in Portugal as well. So that was a good experience for him. But we just said, like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen next? And then all of a sudden, you know, I've got a call from his manager, and he said, "Listen, this fight's on the table. Do you want it?" Hell yeah, definitely, 100%. You don't get these opportunities very often. I mean, to jump from English, you're skipping Commonwealth, skipping British, then Commonwealth, straight to European. You know, it's a massive, massive fight. It's a big challenge. I've watched Sandor Martin. You know, he can do a bit of everything. He can fight inside, outside, southpaw, relaxed. I think he's had over 35, 36 fights. He's had a lot of experience, a lot more experience than Kay. It's going to be a really, really hard fight, especially to go out there. You know, I've been a bit irritated lately with the scorecard for some of the foreign fighters that come to England. I think it's been quite disrespectful towards them. You know, it doesn't help when you've got to go over there. You know, you want to get a fair shake, but those guys aren't getting a fair shake here. So, you know, we're going to have to do something special. We intend to do something special. And Kay's got a really good chance. I mean, he wins this fight, you know, his career is in a completely different space. So, yeah, I'm really excited about the fight. Can't wait for it.
You talked about the dangers of going over there. Will there be fans in attendance, as far as you're aware?
It's just this pandemic, it's just, you can't predict what's going to happen next. I mean, you've got certain countries in the red zone, they come out the red zone, and then it feels like everything's calming down, you know, like they're dealing with it, you know, in the hospitals and so on and so forth. And the next minute you hear, listen, there's no spaces left in the hospital, it's gone, numbers have gone back up again. So in this year, what everybody should take from this year is you cannot predict what's going to happen in boxing. You know, we just can't. While this pandemic's here, we don't know. That's why when you do get an opportunity to fight, it's best to take it, because you know it's going to come around again. But, you know, I'd love for there to be fans. So, because Kay's got a good following, obviously from Luton. Obviously, all the guys in my gym would want to come out there and support him. You know, it's a small. I mean, the gym is small, but the numbers. I mean, the following is big at IQ Boxing. So that would be huge for some of us to get out there. But listen, when we've got crowd or no crowd, you're there to do a job. The only time you feel it is before the fight. But once you actually get in the ring and the bell goes, you don't see anything. You know, you're just focused on the guy you're fighting. So, yeah, it won't make it. Obviously, it would be nice to have some fans out there. But, you know, guys have had to fight the whole year without them. So, it's boxing.
And it means more isolation for you upon your return.
Oh my God! Don't remind me. Oh my God!
It must be difficult for you.
Oh my God! It's been obviously the first fight, first Povetkin fight, then the Harding fight, you know, and just recently, it's been like that for the whole year. But everyone's had to deal with it. Hopefully, it won't be for like 5 days, because I think Matchroom, I think most of the fighters and staff flew out on Wednesday for the Gibraltar show. Okay. So hopefully you'll have to be out there for a whole week. Maybe if they're out there for like 3-4 days, that won't be too bad. But I've got used to it. I've got used to it now. You know, it's part of the makeup now, isn't it? So it's the way it goes.
How are you kind of adapting to the additional attention and scrutiny? Because you've been working hard for decades. Not under the radar necessarily, because I think most people in the trade knew about you anyway in your gym. But it's an extra level of spotlight when you get involved with a heavyweight contender on the verge of a world title shot. How are you adapting to that?
I think it's been pretty easy, to be honest with you. It's not been a problem at all. I think it's because I've always been around good people. That's what it is. And obviously, there's guys out there that give me a chance to be on big shows with other fighters, other named fighters. So I've got used to being involved in big events like at the O2, thousands of people, and I've seen how they've dealt with it. As I say, it's important to be in good company. I've been around guys that have seen it, done it. They can tell me about the good, the bad. I've watched them have to deal with situations. With the wins and the losses. I've seen it all. So I'm one of those lucky people that have been well prepped. So for me, it feels natural. I always thought I was going to be here anyway. The whole idea of me getting involved in boxing from 11 years old was to be on the big stage. It wasn't. That's what I always wanted. The only reason why I think I'm maybe 3 or 4 years behind is because I stayed in amateur boxing a little bit longer than we had actually thought I would. But I think what was great was after working in other gyms, having your own gym is completely different. When you start a gym from scratch, you're talking about all the administration and, getting registered and then getting fighters and then going involved in tournaments. Once you're actually comfortable and you're running your own thing, it feels different. So, and the boxers that I was preparing to go pro, we kind of wanted to do it at the same time. So I didn't want to leave them in the amateurs and then catch up with them on the other side. We wanted to go through this journey together. It's kind of like what happened with Youssef. I had him for years. I had him for a couple of years in the amateurs. And there was things that he wanted to win, and I wanted to help him win those things before we went pro. So we're on this journey together. Just like a lot of other fighters, Dennis Wahome, Adrian Redman. These guys have been around me for years. So I've been building them, and we've all been prepped for this. For this spotlight and these big shows, and it comes with the territory. But honestly, it hasn't felt any different to me. I don't know what it is. Like for me, boxing is boxing. I feel the same about training Dillian for his fight against Povetkin as I do for Kay against Sandor Martin. As I did with training Youssef for Kane Baker. All their careers are very important to me. They're all individuals. They have to follow their own path. So, as a coach, that's what you should do. You should give 100% to, your boxers and their journey, regardless of where they are in their career. I want them to go on and win something. So that's what's important to me.
I guess it benefits your amateurs now as well, the increased kind of the enhanced platform that you're on, because you get to bring them through as pros. They get to train alongside guys like Dillian Whyte, for example, and potentially go on to big shows on Sky as well. So it's better for the whole club, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for them. It's more pressure, but that's more pressure for me because I have to keep saying to them, slow down. They're seeing the likes of obviously Dillian get to where he's got to, but I'm saying to them, you have to understand where Dillian came from. He started selling tickets, having to run around and hustle and get things done. Get that, pay the promoters and so on. Same with the other guys. They're all understanding that they were small promoters and they've got to sell the tickets. The guys in the amateurs don't quite understand that yet. You can explain it to them, but until they've done it, they don't get it. They just see a fighter on TV and think, well, that's the be on end all. No, you have to, things have to happen at the right time. Some of them, if I was to turn them pro now, they'd probably get beat in their first 5 pro fights because they're just not ready. You have to know when the right time is. We've seen in the past few months, guys with these amazing amateur careers, they turn pro, everyone's talking about them, and they get beat by guys they shouldn't really be getting beat by. That's because it was too early. Or maybe they spent too long in the amateurs and they got an amateur style and didn't get enough time to develop in the pros. The transition's not that simple. And because I've been involved in both, I'm one of the people that you can ask and get an honest opinion. I've experienced both sides, so I know. It's not easy. The timing is everything. Boxing timing is everything. Absolutely everything.
Just before I let you go, I'm sure most people know this by now, but just let people out there know how they can find you and IQ Boxing on social media and different platforms.
Yeah, I don't run it all the time. I'm not great with these things. Nick's much better at these things than me, the other head trainer with social media. But it's Xavier Miller _IQ for Instagram. I don't really use anything else because it's just too complicated. I can't keep up with all of it.
Stay off Twitter.
I haven't even sorted out Twitter. Actually, I did, and then I deleted it. I said, I can't deal with this now. This is it's just too much. So I'll stick with Insta. I've got used to that, and we'll see how it goes.
Insta's a much friendlier place for boxing, I think. To be fair,
I actually don't understand what Twitter's about. To I don't get it.
it's about
I don't get
arguing
it.
mostly.
All right,
It's about selecting a viewpoint and sticking to it religiously, no matter what anyone says. No, in the face of logic, you've just got to stick to your guns, regardless, even if you're deluded. That's Twitter in a nutshell.
Oh, then count me out of that. Then I'm not interested in that. I'll stick with it stuff.
All right, brilliant. Well, I really appreciate your time. I hope we'll catch up again, maybe after Kay's fight. Hopefully, you'll be coming back with that blue belt, and we can talk about it then.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, it'd be great for Kay. Be unbelievable. Be great.
Well, fingers crossed, and yeah, we'll see you when you get back.
Thank you for your time, mate. Take care.
Cheers,
See you soon.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye.